Hey there, toy collector friends and fans of memorabilia, collectibles, etc. alike. Welcome back to the channel. I am the Triple TC, that's the time traveling toy collector, and this is another entry into my Toy-Volution range of videos. And this is just a quick, this is more of an opportunity to launch a bit of a discussion which can take place down in the comments, really. But it's about, I've mentioned it in a couple of videos so far, it's about the notion of pre-order, the sort of pre-order, the pre-order preamble. So it's, you know, we nowadays we're in a situation, and I'm looking at some examples here, where when I was, you know, a child, and I was buying toys, or I had toys bought for me, either at Christmas or at birthdays, or, you know, for special occasions, or, you know, for whatever reason. It was a simple case of we went to the shops, we went to see what they had, maybe I'd saved up pocket money for something, and lo and behold, I went and purchased it, and that's fantastic. Nowadays, the world is a little different. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, I'm not saying it's better or worse, it's a little different. And here are some examples of things that I've pre-ordered. I think everything on here I've purchased through pre-order. There's also, of course, the HasLab phenomenon, which is essentially a crowdfunding for new toys to be made. And this again is in the aftermath of the Cantina being fully funded, the Star Wars Tatooine Mos Eisley Cantina being fully funded as a HasLab, for either the $400 or $500 price mark, depending which version of it you wanted. And again, as I said, here are some things that are also pre-order. In order to secure it, pre-order, which was the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Studio Series Optimus Prime, the Mandalorian N1 Starfighter, which was selling out within seconds of being actually released for pre-orders. The 14th Doctor action figure, which came as a twin pack with the 13th Doctor. We've also got here the Missing Link, fully articulated Optimus Prime box. We've also got down here the newest so far release of the Rescue Eagle from Space 1999, where Anderson Entertainment has picked this up brilliantly from the Eagle Moss range. And talking of Eagle Moss ranges, the Orville, this again, it's kind of a grey area entry into this, because it was something I would have pre-ordered if I was that into it initially, but I was late to the ranges. But of course, Eagle Moss closed down. So as soon as somebody had this, I think it was, I think it was either Master Replica or it was something similar. I think it was Master Replicas actually, where I was able to get hold of it. Then, you know, I was very quick to pre-order it so that it would come along. And in the middle here, we have a centerpiece, which is a prime example, which is the 14th Doctor's online exclusive from Character Options, sonic screwdriver, as used by the 14th Doctor. Fantastic, but it broke the internet when it was released. When it was released for pre-order, it broke the internet. The Character Options for poor 14th Doctor's getting a little bit tired, doesn't want to stand up. But when it was released, the Character Options website couldn't cope. It smashed, broke down, couldn't get it. And then by the time everything was resolved, it had sold out. So lots of collectors were like, are you mad? And and I was one of them, and we had to wait a few months until they had more stock to then do another pre-order. But this is kind of where we are now. We're now in or to me it appears, we're now in a situation where, as collectors, if we want to get hold of something, we have to play this pre-order game. I see, no, it's not universally true, but I do see less and less brand new products being made available in stores. It's all done through pre-orders, and then the pre-orders sell out. And it's sort of, you know, panic stations all round. Another example we've just seen, very hot off the press, not that it's sold out yet, but it wouldn't surprise me if it does, is, again, Master Replicas, who have taken over the Eagle Moss mantle in many respects, are producing Doctor Who stuff. Now they're producing some TARDIS exteriors. I'm looking forward to some TARDIS interiors, but you probably know that if you're followers of the channel. But specifically, they've just announced that they're doing Dalek saucers. And they're quite hefty. Looking at the descriptions, they're going to be quite hefty Dalek saucers. And they're available to pre-order if you're part of the Master Replicas Collectors Club, which I am for emergency purposes, because there is that sense of FOMO. If you don't pre-order it, you're not going to get one, which is completely alien to what I used to have to go through as a child, which was a case of save your money up, go to the shop and get it, or get it at Christmas. But because, and again, maybe it's me, or maybe it's my nostalgic take on going and buying toys in the toy shop on a Saturday at the weekend, or being excited to get stuff at Christmas and birthdays. But you know, I like to see something. You know, if I was going to go into a shop and go, oh, am I going to buy this version of Optimus Prime, or am I going to go and buy this posable version of Optimus Prime? Well, you know, the only thing I really need to know is, what does it look like? I want to look at it. I want to read the box. I want to have a sense of, you know, touching it, holding it, having a real kind of physical connection with something that I might be about to buy. What's the action figure like? You know, might be able to get hold of it, but I can look at it in the packaging. Oh, what does it come with? Let me read the box. Whereas now, and I know you can still do lots of reading about stuff, but everything is an online quick click, get it now and pre-order. Even the Roberson stuff, which I have, and again, I would love to have got the new Roberson Megatron. I would love to have got the Grimlock. I got very close. I took myself to the edge of ordering them. I haven't done so as of yet. I may do. I may wait and see if they turn up at a convention, so I can have a look and get them in hand. That's usually what convinces me. That's how I ended up buying the Roberson Optimus Prime transforming robot through physical engagement. But that proves my point, to me anyway. It proves it to me that only once I saw it did I really get that sense of, right, now I have to have it. I have to have this. Because it excited me. Seeing it, I was like, oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. And some of you will know one of the key toys that got away from me as a child was the Fourth Doctor's magic TARDIS, which had the rotating section in the middle. And it was, you know, if we're honest, it's terrible cardboard madness that really doesn't, and plastic madness. It's not very good. It's not very well scaled. It doesn't look very good when you compare it to modern toys. But it was the epitome of my imagination at the time, and I was so gutted when I never was able to pick one up, you know. So when I finally was able to get one, and I've done a separate video on that, it's one of my holy grails, I was so excited, so excited to get it. But I wonder whether we're losing some of that excitement, that sort of childish excitement. I don't care if we're adults, we're still entitled and allowed to have some childish excitement. But I wonder if we're losing some of that in this pre-order culture. And I get the need to build excitement and to build expectation. And that's what marketing is for. I get all of that. But then do the marketing and release the products. Let's be able to go out, look at the stuff, have packed, exciting shops that encourage footfall and that encourage, you know, social interaction. And let's not be constantly clicking and losing track of how much money we're spending on stuff online, because it's the only way to be absolutely super sure that we get the thing we want. Because what if we don't like it? What if we go, oh, it doesn't look like it looks online? That wouldn't happen if you'd gone into a shop to try it out. And, you know, we did also have this, and some people might say, well, what about catalogues? Because, again, growing up, my family, we had a few different catalogues, which is where you could essentially purchase something and either pay for it up front or pay for it over a period of installments. But again, that was usually a mechanism for gaining convenience. So it was you know, the sort of 1970s, 1980s version of internet shopping. But usually it was stuff that you would see in the shops, and that was how people could buy it and pay it for it over time. If something was, you know, something like one of the Tomy Omnibot ranges, if you're familiar with those, quite expensive back in the day, back in the 80s. Some people go in and buy it straight away. Some people might have to pay for it in installments. Buy it through your catalogue, you get it and you pay for it a small amount a month or smaller amount a month, and jobs are good. But at least you knew what you were getting because you've seen them in shops. It just feels to me that the tone, the experience of buying toys is almost losing some of its, and it could just be me, but losing some of its shine and some of its excitement. I mean, or maybe the excitement is just morphing and I'm being a bit old-fashioned and having a moment of nostalgic lamentation. But, you know, what do we think? Tell me in the comments. Tell me what you think. Are we making a mistake by committing ourselves to this sort of pre-order culture? I get it with the HasLabs. They're very sort of, I want to say almost built to order, which is almost true. Not, I wouldn't say quite true, but almost true. But they're sort of very, very potentially niche, but very specific type of products. So that to one side, but not entirely, but that to one side. What do we think? Am I going over the top? Am I having a little bit of a moment here going, oh, I just miss going into shops and having a shufty around and finding something and going, how exciting. Or maybe you prefer the idea of the pre-order culture. You know, we just want to click, buy it, it's nothing, we know we're going to get it, boom, boom, boom. And has anyone, maybe you've had some sort of horror story where you've pre-ordered something and then ridiculously, for reasons that you've never ever had been explained to you, your order's then been cancelled. So, you know, whatever you thought you were going to get, it then isn't coming because whoever you ordered it from has cancelled your order. I've heard a few people tell stories like that. Has that been your experience? I hope it hasn't, but, you know, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Am I making sense? Is the experience of becoming a toy collector, a toy hunter, a figure finder, you know, whatever we might want to call ourselves, and I know I'm sort of leaning into some other YouTubers' names doing that. But what do we think? Is it a cultural shift? Is it now becoming the business of collecting rather than the business of enjoying, not so much a business, but rather the experience of enjoying toys and adding toys to our collection? Is it now becoming an epic business of collecting, and we have to, you know, it loses some of its enjoyment and its fun because, you know, we're just sitting there going, oh, I'll just wait for it. We've got 4 minutes left and I can press click, pre-order it, and I know I'll get it down the road. What do you think? I'm keen to hear. This is just a smattering of things that I'm very aware were sort of available pre-order. Again, the Orville was possibly an exception because it had already been released and had its day, but I'm including it because it was an older release that then that then pre-orders went up online because they found stock, and so they wanted to sell it. Obviously, it's their business, so I get that, but it went on pre-order, boom, and of course, I was there, pre-ordered that, pre-ordered the Regeneration figure set, pre-ordered the 14th Doctor's sonic screwdriver, pre-ordered Optimus, pre-ordered the Starfighter. Well, actually I didn't, that was another one. Pre-ordered it, missed out, tried to miss it, it sold out, finally found it somewhere, pre-ordered it there, and then suddenly there was a lot released, but that was again a bit of FOMO. Pre-ordered Missing Link immediately because what a fantastic opportunity and what a fantastic all-round figure it is. But again, couldn't we just have gone and bought it in the shops? I don't know. I'm not too sure where I'm going with this, as you can probably tell from... I thought I did when I started talking. The more I talk about it, the more I almost talk myself out of it. But I just wonder whether it's the experience... Is the experience of how we collect? Is our relationship with collecting or purchasing toys changing so much that it's now just become new ones released, click, job's done. We just sit back and wait for the delivery driver to bring it. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest. I don't know how I feel really because I'm very grateful for the opportunity to pre-order stuff, because it means you get stuff. But is it at the expense of the whole going out and collecting and finding sort of vibe that I seem to remember being excited going into toy shops and going, oh my goodness, they've got these Star Wars figures, I've not seen this one before, I'm so excited to see it. Or having a rummage through and going, oh my goodness me, on card back stuff that's hanging up on a wall, on a rail, on a rack, and managing to go through it and going, oh my goodness me, I've got all of these, and then there's suddenly one variant that's halfway through the row that gets you all excited because you don't have it and it's within your price range, so you're going to get it and you have to pull all the things off the rack to get to it. Some of you will know what I mean, that sort of experience, some of you may not, and apologies. I might just be having a collectible rant. But do let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you very much for sticking with me for the last 15 minutes. I've been the Time Travelling Toy Collector. You've been a wonderful audience. This has been a couple of examples of things that I've had to pre-order in order to ensure that I get them. And I hope very much to see you in a future, or indeed a past video, if you want to have a look at some of the other stuff that's out there. And if you are still here, thanks so much. Do please like the video. And also, if you can, drop a subscription to the channel. It really means a lot to me and really helps the channel keep going. You've been absolute stars. Take care. Bye-bye for now.